Dragon Source, sexiest man alive, alien slayer, demon slayer, superhero. And we're live on New Earth. Let's go. So, this video is about Ascension, the real science of Ascension, the real spiritual truth, what Ascension is, why it needs to happen, and what it isn't, right? Well, let's start with what it isn't. So, in the New Age community, it's all kinds of theories about how to ascend. Basically, first of all, what is Ascension? The common consensus is basically you don't need to come back to this realm, this earth plane, ever again if you don't want to, right? Like going up into a higher dimension, right? That's basically what Ascension is. So how does the New Age community tell you to do that? Well, it might tell you to go get some DNA attunements, right? Get some Reiki downloads, go turn on your DNA, go activate all your chakras, go do Kundalini, Kriya yoga, just, activate your vessel. Boing. Third eye in God mode, right? Like, yes, I'm enlightened now. Supposing you could do that, supposing you could, okay, I know none of you have done that. What you'd find is you just got deeper insight into the fuckery, pardon me, the fuckery perpetrated on mankind, and you're just more psychic with a greater ability to manifest, but you're still in the same hell, basically. So that's not the solution. And DNA attunements are actually very toxic. Stay away from them. Stay away from Reiki practitioners. Because you don't want to activate more of your DNA, because that's what stores your ancestral junk, basically. You don't really need much DNA at all to function. It's more of a hindrance, if anything. So I can make another video about that, but this is about Ascension, right? So we've ruled that out, right? Trying to activate your vessel, that's not what it is. So then what? Then they tell you karma. You got to balance your karma to get out of here, right? Because you did a whole bunch of bad deeds in your past life, and you need to learn your karmic lessons, and you got to balance the scales of Mayat and make your heart light as a feather, so you can cross the pearly gates of heaven and get out of here, or whatever story you believe in, right? Something along those lines. Except the problem is, at what point are we done learning lessons? Like, how come no matter how hard we try to be a good person, it's always more bullshit that comes up in our life? Like, at what point can we just learn the lesson and move on? Like, it's always another lesson. All right, I just learned the lesson about forgiveness. I'm not going to get revenge on my ex or whatever you're going through. That it's just like, okay, then you just end up manifesting someone else to break your heart in the same way. Or maybe some coworker spreads a rumor about you that isn't true, that gets you fired, and it's just like, wow, I just learned a lesson about forgiveness just to be put in a similar situation that is testing me again. And then you say to yourself, all right, this is just God testing me. All right, it's just testing me again. All right, I gotta pass the test. All right, I gotta be holy, holy, holy. Yes. All right, I gotta be just goody two shoes righteous. Go around smiling at everybody. Volunteer at the animal shelter to go balance my karma, so I can get out of here, right? Because everyone's trying to get out of here. They may not openly admit it, but that's the end goal of all spiritual practices, is to not have to come back to Earth anymore, and to be more successful while you are on Earth, to have a better experience, right? Okay, so we've ruled that out. Obviously, that doesn't work. Trying to be a really good person, going around smiling at everybody to try to balance your karma. A, there's no end to that, and B, it doesn't even work. So it's something else controlling this reality, right? C, you could get super religious. Yes. All right, I'm going to go join the new Church of Jesus Christ and be just super Christian, all right? Maybe you're a Jehovah's Witness. You're going to go around knocking on all the doors. Yes. If I just promote Jehovah enough, he's going to take me up into heaven. All right. Right? Can never be enough Jehovah. Just got to make sure everyone's aware. Make all the flyers. All right. Maybe if I make the flyer just right, put Jehovah's face on it, because we got to still give him a face, even though he's a omnipotent God. Got to put him on there. All right, he's gonna have got to be just the right font size. All right, Jehovah's not pleased with anything other than cursive font. All right, and we're gonna go promote Jehovah every day. Can't miss a day. Got to start exactly at 8 a.m. I can't offend Jehovah. All right, he's my meal ticket to heaven. All right, he's my bus pass to heaven. All right, bright and early, 8 a.m. every Saturday. Like, okay. So obviously that mentality is retarded. Just point blank, period. All right. I don't care if you're offended. If you're easily offended, like, this is not the channel for you. So, whatever religion you pick, maybe you're like, all right, I'm going to be more enlightened. I'm going to be a Buddhist. Well, if you actually look at what the Buddhist monks do, they're still worshiping Buddha. They still have statues of Buddha. They're still externalizing their power. And they just sit around doing freaking mantras all day and burning incense and candles. And it's like, all right, fine. You've cultivated your sexual energy, and now you have access into the devacanic planes, they call it. But like I said, it just still goes back to activating your vessel. All that's going to do is give you more power in this reality and more access to higher states of consciousness in this reality, which can be good. Okay, it can be a good thing, but you're still not out of the mire. You're still not completely out of the mitoti, the Maya, the illusion, the mind having control over you. You're still not out of suffering. Like, there's no path available on earth where you are totally transcendent of suffering. Like, it doesn't exist. So all you have is a bunch of teachers that tell you how to better cope with the suffering while you're here, and then a bunch of false promises telling you if you just do this path, hitch yourself to that God, to that Jesus thing, then you're going to be saved, right? If you want to look at Christianity, right? Oh, if I just get on my knees and pray to Jesus and eat the Holy Communion bread, then he's going to go take me up into heaven. And yeah, did you guys know that reincarnation was actually part of the original teachings of Jesus? Like, that was in the Bible. And there was an emperor named Constantine, I think around like 300 or 400 AD, wrote it out of the Bible because he needed people to basically live in fear of something called hell. And they ended up rewriting the Bible to put more of that in. I don't think that the description of hell, fire and brimstone and all that wasn't even in the original Bible, because that wasn't the original teachings of Christ. Okay, so they put that in there to control the people and keep them in fear. They took reincarnation out. I mean, reincarnation is basically a documented fact at this point. Look into it. So people are reincarnating. They can't get out of this system. They think they got to balance their karma and go around smiling at everybody and just be forgiveness and love and light. And or maybe they're trying to get just activate their vessel to the best of their ability. So they go vegan. Yes, I'm going to do these meditations, breath work, activate all my chakras. All right. Has any of that worked for any of you? Has any of that? No, it hasn't. Because why are you all still here? I bet you've tried that stuff in many past lives and you're still here. So it hasn't worked. So now we get into the fun part. Why hasn't it worked? What is actually happening? So you look at my last video called The Real Teachings of Christ and the Origins of Christianity / Religion. I explain in detail exactly how the Matrix works, exactly how this reality, this multiverse works. Basically chaos dynamics, right? In a closed system, detached from source energy, for the most part, the system is just constantly losing energy, deteriorating into a more chaotic state, right? You could, to research this idea further, you could look into the Hindu Yuga cycles, right? Kali Yuga right now, right? So how does the source save its creation from itself? Because its creation chose darkness to be detached from the source, right? The fall of man or the universe, the Luciferic rebellion, you could call it. How do we save Lucifer from its own self, right? You could look at Lucifer as you, your own mind, your own darkness, your own karma, right? How do we save the devil from itself? How do we save mankind from themselves and their own darkness? How do we save this whole universe of creation of light from imploding on itself back to nothingness? Right? Because the starting point, the source, has to be, words cannot do it justice, but if we had to pick a word, you could say peace. Unconditional love would be a close second, right? It's basically just, it's infinite. It ever expands, it ever pours out onto its creations, right? So obviously it must have a very high degree of mercy. So why are we not seeing mercy in this reality? Because this is the devil's realm, right? The demiurge, right? Which is why you're stuck here getting parasitized by alien god religious energies and just basically alien races in general that are above you in the feeding farm of this chaotic multiverse we live in, right? So they keep you stuck in this reincarnation loop through something called your spirit barcode, and basically it's like a tracking GPS locator on your spirit. It also functions as a cloak of darkness too, so the true light source cannot recognize you to pull you out of this mess at death or ascension point, right? Um, so that's how they keep abducting you. False light, white light tunnel, show you whatever you need to see, so you believe their shit. I have a whole video going exactly into that. It's the 17th video I've made on this channel called "The Dark Truth Behind Reincarnation and the Lies You've Been Told." Okay, so you can go watch that video to figure out exactly what's going on, exactly why there needs to be ascension. Um, and how the reincarnation system works. So, with all that being said, you see the trap we're in, you see the game being played on us. Basically, it's a torture matrix to extract our spiritual energy, right? And steal bits and pieces of our spirit and our life force energy, which comes from our spirit, right? That's why everything in this reality is preying on each other. So, to save the multiverse from imploding in on itself back into total darkness, the source, being a benevolent, unconditionally loving, peaceful being, has to offer everyone, including the aliens and humanity, a chance to ascend, a chance to escape their suffering, right? A chance to just completely reset a true spiritual rebirth back into the light, right? So how do they do this? They have to send an emissary out to every planet, an ambassador of source energy. You could call it a Christ figure, a Jesus, right? They have to do that. Why every 2,000 years? I don't know. They just picked that number. Every 2,000 years, they got to send out a Christ figure to every planet, or at least all the ones they feel like are savable. They damn near didn't even bother with Earth. That's how fucked it is. Oh man. Um, so they send this Christ figure, right? So everyone's waiting on the second coming of Christ in Christianity. Well, that already happened. Okay, already happened. Like the guy came and left. But don't worry, it's not too late for you. You can still access his energy through a website that I'm giving you right now. It's called www.creationlightship.com. You can check out the second coming of Jesus, you could call him. His name was Ron Amatron, Amitron. He has a YouTube channel, Ron Amatron, the YouTube channel, okay? And he's basically the modern version of Jesus Christ, basically connecting people back to source energy, right? Preparing humanity for ascension because Jesus lived 2,000 years ago. It's been over 2,000 years since then. We're actually past due for another ascension. When will they pull the trigger on the universal reset? I don't know. What is ascension exactly? It's every 2,000 years they've got to, the source has a master control kill switch. Boom, turn off the whole universe of light energy manifestation. They look for all the light fragments of itself, which is your spirit, which is your divine source connection. And so then they just take the pieces of source back to, or just the spirits, all the spirits that they can find back to their home base. Home base is basically, okay, the creation light ship created everything. It's a source of creation. It's source manifested, right? So they created everything, the genetic blueprints of all the races, at least the ones that have a spirit in them. There are dark side clone energy creations that have no spirit, but we're not going to get into that here. So all the spirits that were created at or around the same time are on a specific type of frequency, in a specific frequency range, and that is associated with one home base energy or one home planet, right? Somewhere in the universe. And at Ascension Point, they'll find all the spirits, put them back into quarantine because you can't go into pure light from all this darkness you've been in. Your spirit's contaminated. So they got to brush you off, take all the darkness out of you, heal you, put your spirit back together so you're in resonance with 100% pure light again, then send you back to your home base energy at Ascension Point, your real soul family, not the fake soul family they gave you on Earth, right? And if you have completely cleaned out your body, 100% clean, pure, activated in source energy, which is through your heart, right? You connect the source through your heart, through your spirit. Your spirit lives in your heart, basically. So you connect to your spirit through your heart. There's two types of energy: source energy through your heart, which is your spirit, and then there's mind energy, which is basically alien created. The aliens gave you your mind. It's the fallen slave technology. The Toltecs call it the mud shadow or the parasite, right? If you're familiar with Castaneda's literature. You can read about the mud shadows and the active side of infinity. It's the second to last chapter. It's by Carlos Castaneda. He basically talks about the parasite, which is basically a metaphor for the mind of man that makes them act stupidly and allows their energy to be stolen by alien life forms. Not to go on too much of a tangent here, I'm just giving you the full picture. So, where was I? So, right, if you get your body completely cleaned out at Ascension Point, like 100% pure light energy, you've got all your DNA cleared out of you, just resonant in 100% light consciousness, got all your energy bodies completely cleaned out. Go to www.creationlightship.com, spelled exactly how it sounds. Look at all the different clearings they've got, all the different bodies. Everyone needs the emotional body clearing, right? Definitely recommend the emotional body clearing and the mental body. And then you got to get your spirit barcode off you. Now, this is the whole key right here. Why is your spirit here right now? Why have most people's spirits been on the planet for 30,000 plus years? Some a lot longer. Why? Why have some of you been here since Atlantis and still can't leave? Because you keep missing ascension cycles because of this thing called the spirit barcode that the dark side aliens put on you, so they can keep abducting you into the tunnel of light, the tunnel of white light at death, right? Again, check out my video called The Dark Truth Behind Reincarnation and the Lies You've Been Told, one of the earlier videos on this channel. Now, so at death, they abduct you using the spirit barcode GPS coordinate thing, and then recycle your spirit, and then at Ascension Point, they will, the spirit barcode functions as a cloak of darkness, so the light ship cannot see you and pull you out and back into the source energy of creation light ship. So then at that point, since the light ship can't see you because of the spirit barcode, then the aliens just abduct you again and then just throw you into a parallel life, which is just a cloned Earth, right? They can clone planets, they can clone people, you know? It's just facts. It's like they can do that. That's how timelines exist in the multiverse. You thought every timeline was purely organic? No, in source energy, it's only one life in the now. Why do we have all these timelines in the multiverse? Because the aliens wanted to spread you thin so they could take more of your spiritual energy, right? If it's just one version of you suffering, you can only get so much energy. If it's 500 yous suffering, they can get a lot more energy, right? Your spirit, unfortunately, it's only one you. It's only one of your spirit. So all these clone bodies you have on cloned planets, cloned Earths, all these clones your spirit has to split its time between all these planets, which is what your dreams are. It's your spirit your conscious mind is turned off, so your spirit is no longer glued to your body. It's bored or thinks it has some job to do, being used somewhere else in one of your parallel lives. I don't exactly know why, but that's what dreams are, is you going into a parallel life. And that can bleed over back into this realm, which is why dreams are so tied into this realm and what manifests here, right? It's just different parallel lives bleeding through. Source energy, like I said, it's only one life in the now. There is no multiverse. It's only one universe. You can leave whatever planet you want to leave at any time. There is no death. You just deactivate the blueprint of your body and leave, and go get whatever healing you may need, and then just go back to your home base energy and love and light, and then from there incarnate on whatever planet you want. No problem. It's all love, light, and peace. Like, there's no trauma, there's no long drawn out death. So the moral of the story is you got to go to www.creationlightship.com, get your spirit barcode off you at death or ascension point, whichever comes first. You're going to be straight. You're going to go back to the light, Creation Lightship Quarantine Center, and then your home base energy. And if you cleaned out your spirit completely, you can actually ascend with your physical body to New Earth, live from New Earth, which is an 8th dimensional planet now, apparently, because the Earth spirit left in 2014, and or maybe 2008, somewhere in there. You can check out the Creation Lightship archives to get more information on that at www.creationlightship.com. Homepage, bottom left side of the home screen, there is a link to the radio archives. The BBS ones in particular are great. Just listen to Ron. Again, the modern Jesus Christ, Ron Amatron. You can also check out his YouTube channel called Ron Amatron, spelled how it sounds, okay? And just go from there, figure it out, get your emotional body clearing from their website, get your spirit barcode off you, get your mental body cleared from there, clear whatever else you need so you don't miss this ascension point. One more time, what is ascension? Every 2,000 years. The Creation Lightship source energy has to have a master kill switch to basically shut off the universe of light energy manifestation. At that point, it's just pure spiritual energy. At that point, they go out and look for all the spirit fragments of you. Your spirit can get divided into billions of parts. I don't want to scare you, but that's what their whole lightship about, is reclaiming your spiritual integrity, clearing all the BS out of you, all your genetics, all your mental cellular memory, all the sins of your ancestors, which is just duality, judgment, mental energy, blockages, separation, right? Which is chaos, which is the Kali Yuga state that the world is in now, right? Connecting all these dots for you. I go into this even deeper in my last video, like I said, called The Real Story of Christ and the origins of Christianity/religion, okay? So with all that being said, reclaim your spiritual divinity, your sovereignty, get yourself totally real, decloned, off these parallel lives, okay? Their website has solutions for all these problems. Check out their archives, check out the Ron Amatron YouTube channel, The Modern Christ, get your spirit barcode off you, ascend, never have to come back here ever again, end of story. I'm the sexiest man alive for a reason. All right. Like, subscribe, comment, and share this video to whoever you care about. Okay? That being said, it's all about getting into your heart. Again, that's your connection to your spirit, your source energy, your divinity. How do we get into our heart? The mind-to-heart drop invented by Ron Amatron goes like this. I now command my spirit to take all the thoughts in my head, drop them into my heart, and make me totally real. You can add on the Creation Lightship New Earth timeline of 10,000 subscribers for Source On. 54321, 54321, and 54321. Thank you. I love you. Stay sexy and shine on. Live from New Earth. Let's go.